in a street fight, I would rather fight Francis Ngannou than fight the Bas Rutten in a street fight. Yeah, so very often people ask me the difference between a street fight and a fight in mixed martial art. The difference is in the street, there is no referee, and there is an instigator, and there is the other person. The best in life for a street fight is always to not be the instigator because you have the element of surprise. So if you're in a heated argument with someone and then you feel that you potentially going to be into a fight, the best thing to do is to never show your center line, to always go on the side and put your hand up like this. That's one of the best thing to do. It's a self-defense tactic that it's used all around the world, because from there the distance that I have to travel to cause a lot of damage to him is very minimal. It's very short. I can go boom, I can go boom, and I'm protected, because if he ever tried to do anything, my hands are already up, but I'm ready to respond at any aggression. So the first thing is, if you're in an argument and you feel the heat is rising, is to eat first. You don't want to fight, but you want to eat first. You want to hit first, So it's either boom, hit first, depending the situation. If you're someone who's much less physically strong than the aggressor, you can use it then in the eyes, in the genitals, the neck, and then you can leave the scene. However, if I'm like this and the minute he touched me, like he declared a war. Now I can go and perform a self-defense move.
Striking, not wrestling.
Yes. It's always striking first and leave the scene. If you're, for example, a kid or someone who's not as physically, doesn't have the physical strength of your aggressor. Of course, I'm a UFC champion, so that does not apply to me. But the key is, on a tactical way, always use the element of surprise. And when you strike first, and strike to cause the most damage as possible. The eyes, you can use the neck and do the genitals, and then after you can leave the scene. That's the goal of having the element of surprise.
Okay, we were talking about knives.
Yes.
What about if weapons are involved? Run faster?
So weapons is very important. If someone has a weapon and attack me for having my money, I give him my money, even if I'm just St-Pierre and I'm UFC champion. However, someone put a knife on my throat here and he's telling me to go in the trunk. Now, I don't want to go in the trunk because I know I've seen this movie and it's a bad ending. So things that I can do first, it's always make sure that I try to make my hand as close as possible as the weapon. And I try to be as close range as possible. If he's here, I cannot do it because the distance is too far. If he's here, that's the idea. So I can act like I want to
scared.
Yeah, please, boom. See here I use my body and then I can go and break, So the idea is to use your entire body to deflect the weapon. So if the weapon is like this and the blade is coming out this way, I use the element of surprise. You see, I use my body, not only grabbing him like this. So if he tries to come back with the knife, it's solid. Then I can go and break. If it's the blade is pointing the other side, it's something here, and here. I can use my body always to smother the weapon.
Controlling the wrist, yeah. But if it's out here,
if it's out here, and yes, exactly. There's too much distance. You want to make sure you get close to the weapon because that's what can cause the most damage. This is very important. There's other situation. If let's say you're a kid or someone come grab you by the body, here, you grab by the body, what I can do is grab the head and put my fingers inside the eyes will make my opponent to release me immediately. Then I can go and leave.
Like thumb in? Like thumb?
Yeah, thumb in the eyes. You push in the eyes.
Blind them?
There is no rules. The eyes is always my favorite choice to go for, because if you cannot see, it's very hard to fight. And normally the reflex for most people, when they can't see, they grab their eyes, you know, so it releases the grip.
I'm not gonna ask about the tie because I think you're wrong still about that. I think it's possible. So like it's possible to use it as a same as for like a head snatch, like this kind of situation, as opposed to a choke.
I think it could be an advantage if it's a fake tie. If it's like something that can go like that can like a reptile, that like a tail of a reptile that can go. So if you try to pull my tie, it goes out, and now I know I get a head start.
Element of surprise.
Exactly. It's all about the element of surprise. You want to strike first the element of surprise in the street.
George, thank you so much for talking today.
My pleasure.
Thank you for looking sharp.
Man in black, baby. Man in black.